Frequent nighttime urination isn't just a sign of aging, and soon you'll know why. There's a trivial habit that secretly enlarges the prostate faster. The question is, are you doing it right now? Many men think prostate issues are just a part of getting older. But it's not just fate. Urological data shows that over 60% of men over 60 experience prostate enlargement or BPH, and daily habits can accelerate these issues. Imagine someone who has to wake up 2 to 3 times every night just to urinate. Their sleep is interrupted, they feel tired in the morning, find it hard to focus, and their emotions are more easily triggered. It's not just the quality of life that declines, medical risks also increase. A bladder that never fully empties can lead to recurrent infections, even urinary retention that results in an emergency. Yet at this point, many give up. They say, well, this is what happens when you get old. The truth is, medical science proves that besides age, diet, sleep quality, and medication habits play a big role. That's why two men of the same age can experience very different symptoms. One remains comfortable, while the other continues to struggle with worsening urination. And here's the trap that's often unseen. Because it's considered trivial, this habit is rarely discussed, yet it actually enlarges the prostate faster. So, before dismissing it as just fate, it's important to know the small factors quietly working behind the scenes. Soon, we'll reveal 5 habits often thought to be safe, but actually turn out to be hidden triggers. Prostate enlargement has often been seen as unavoidable, as if it's just due to age. But there's good news. Your body still has some control, and soon you'll know how. In 5 habits, we'll discuss how your daily routines, from sleep to food, can secretly be triggers. Let's start with the first door. Can poor sleep really make the prostate enlarge faster? Many people think poor sleep only results in feeling tired, but during sleep apnea, stress hormones spike and trigger inflammation that causes the prostate to grow faster. Imagine a man who wakes up multiple times at night, is easily irritated and tired during the day, and unknowingly, his prostate symptoms worsen year after year. Medically, it's the chronic inflammation from nighttime stress that causes prostate cells to accumulate faster, making urinary symptoms more bothersome. First, set a consistent sleep schedule and avoid late-night caffeine to prevent stress hormones from spiking. Second, if you snore loudly or wake up suddenly, get a medical evaluation to rule out sleep apnea. Third, if you have concerns like sleep aids are cumbersome, know that modern CPAPs are much more comfortable and proven to reduce hormonal pressure, easing prostate symptoms. With sound sleep, your body feels fresher and your prostate gets natural protection from stress hormone attacks. If sleep can be a key, what about daily salt intake? Many people believe salt is only related to blood pressure, but every time its intake is excessive, body fluids are retained, the bladder works harder, and an already enlarged prostate gets additional pressure, making its symptoms feel worse over time. Think about it, a man who always adds salt to every plate, then is surprised by waking up more frequently at night to urinate, without realizing that small habit is a hidden trigger. From a medical standpoint, fluid retention due to high salt intake narrows the working space of the kidneys and worsens the pressure on the small vessels around the prostate, making it harder to break the cycle of complaints if eating habits don't change. First, start with the simplest step by tasting food before adding salt. Second, move to the next level by replacing salty flavors with fresh herbs or a squeeze of lime, which are more body-friendly. Third, if you worry that food will taste bland, remember that the human tongue adapts quickly, and research shows this change happens in just a matter of weeks. By reducing salt intake, blood pressure becomes more stable, the bladder feels relieved, and your prostate is freed from the burden that silently presses every day. Now let's look at something often considered healthy, but actually has a hidden side: a glass of full-fat milk. The saturated fat in it causes hormones to overwork, leading the prostate tissue to grow faster. Many men drink a glass of milk every day without suspecting that this small habit, slowly but surely, worsens their complaints. Have you ever noticed a man who ends his dinner every night with a glass of full-fat milk, thinking he's doing something healthy, only to be puzzled a few years later when his urinary complaints become even worse? In simple clinical terms, excess saturated fat shifts the balance of androgen and estrogen hormones, providing an additional kind of fuel for prostate cells to divide faster, causing the gland to increase in size without being noticed. First, start by switching from full-fat milk to low-fat or non-fat versions to reduce saturated intake. Second, this is rarely considered. Calcium sources aren't just from milk, but also from vegetables and nuts. Meet your calcium needs with green vegetables, nuts, or small fish that are also rich in minerals. Third, if objections arise with the reason it tastes bland, remember that the human tongue adapts quickly, and research shows that adaptation only takes a few weeks, making the long-term benefits far greater than short-term taste. With small changes in milk choices, you can still get essential nutrients without giving room for the prostate to grow at an unexpected rate. But what if it's not food, but chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension that slowly but surely also accelerate enlargement? Diabetes and hypertension are often considered heart or kidney problems, but both exert hidden pressure on the prostate in different ways, as small vessel damage and high blood pressure create an environment that accelerates enlargement. Imagine this. There's a man with uncontrolled diabetes. The vessels around his prostate are slowly deteriorating, then add hypertension, which worsens the blood flow obstruction. And the result is more severe urination symptoms compared to a man with stable blood sugar levels. According to medical knowledge, the combination of these two conditions damages the vessel lining, reduces oxygen supply, and triggers chronic inflammation, making prostate cells more prone to enlargement and accelerating the onset of complaints. First, regularly monitor blood sugar and blood pressure to ensure they remain within safe limits. Second, some might think, I'm taking medication, so I'm safe, but medication only works optimally when combined with a healthy lifestyle, from a balanced diet to regular physical activity. Third, adhere to prescribed medications even if the symptoms feel mild, because it's these small neglects that trigger long-term damage. By controlling diabetes and hypertension, you're not only protecting your heart and kidneys, but also giving your prostate a chance to remain stable longer. However, beyond chronic diseases, there's a closer trap: over-the-counter medications we consider safe every day. It's even more surprising when seemingly mild over-the-counter medications actually worsen symptoms, because the substances in them make the muscles around the prostate and bladder stiffer, making urine flow more difficult. Many men take cold or decongestant medications casually, and this condition often goes unnoticed, with this hidden effect adding to the problem. Let's say there's a man with a cold, taking over-the-counter medication for days, then wonders why urination becomes more difficult. In medical terms, certain medications like decongestants and antihistamines work by tightening smooth muscles, and this side effect is immediately felt by men with an already enlarged prostate. First, make it a habit to read medication labels even if it seems trivial. Second, surprisingly, everyday cold medicine can have a direct effect on the prostate. Consult a pharmacist or doctor before routinely taking over-the-counter medication, especially if you have prostate issues. Third, if you think, well, this is over-the-counter, so it must be safe, remember that what's safe for many may not be safe for a sensitive prostate, so extra caution is needed. By choosing medication more wisely, you prevent prostate symptoms from worsening unknowingly and can still safely manage daily complaints. Wise medication, calmer prostate. After those 5 habits, you might start wondering, can all this really change the course of prostate health, or is it pointless because of age? We'll connect the dots shortly, and that's where the answer lies. Many men feel that no matter what they do, they can't stop an enlarging prostate. But the fact is, lifestyle determines how quickly symptoms develop. Men with high blood sugar and blood pressure often experience more severe symptoms compared to their peers who maintain a regular diet and sleep schedule. So while age can't be changed, the direction of symptoms can still be slowed with small daily steps. With simple adjustments, you can still feel relieved even as time goes on. At the beginning, we asked if an enlarging prostate is solely due to age. Now we know the answer. Age is a factor, but it's the 5 habits that secretly accelerate it. Poor sleep, excessive salt, full-fat dairy, ignored chronic illnesses, and everyday over-the-counter meds all contribute to prostate pressure, and all can be managed with simple steps. The objection that it's all pointless due to age falls apart, as daily habits have been proven to change the course of prostate health. Your identity is no longer a resigned man, but a wise man who knows how to consciously take care of his body. 5 habits can be curbed. The control remains in your hands. If all this feels overwhelming, start with one small step today, whether it's getting more regular sleep or reducing the salt on your plate. For over-the-counter medications, don't forget to discuss with your doctor or pharmacist to avoid hidden risks that are often overlooked. And if this video helped broaden your perspective, hit the subscribe button and share your experiences in the comments, so more men can take care of their prostate in a more conscious and directed way.